If you want to give WWE 2K22 a little bit more of a classic arcade feel, that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through today on the show. In the gameplay settings that we're going to change here, there's a lot you can do. And if you have tips for how you think you can get the best kind of arcade experience out of this, hit me up in the comments below. The first thing we do is that once you figure out what difficulty setting you like, you can put it at hard or legend, change the weight detection to arcade. Now you might be saying, okay, well then we're done here, sir. You put it in arcade mode. Nah. The first thing we do is we put it in the weight detection to arcade, because this will allow smaller wrestlers, your cruiserweights, your Rey Mysterio going up against, like I have here, Braun Strowman, get these in. And it allows Rey to pull off big moves, to be able to pull off a powerbomb, to be able to hold the opponent, to be able to chuck him and do a suplex or chuck him out of the ring. It's ridiculous. But when weight detection is turned off, it lets you pull off all of these different moves, so you can have cruiserweights versus super heavyweights. Even when you're traditionally striking a heavyweight or super heavyweight, your strikes don't have much or any effect at all. This way, the collision will work better, the detection is better, and you can have a little bit more fun by taking down those giants. The pin minigame and the allow held input for minigames, play with this yourself. So I've done it where I kept it to rapid. This is where you are frantically pressing the button. You're just doing this. Like a crazy person. You could keep doing that, or you could switch it up and go for the traditional meter from previous year's games. I kept it to doing the rapid movement, but what you might like to experience is changing it to on for allow held input for mini games. What this is when you are going to be pinned in a match, all you need to do is press and hold down the A button, for example, on Xbox. Instead of having to rapidly press it all the time to get out of the pin, you will just press and hold, and then they are going to get out of it. This keeps the matches going. A little bit easier in this regard, but it might be more tailored to your experience or how you want to play. Like I said, you could also switch it up and go for the meter. And by doing this, you got to be able to time it out in that little red zone. Depending on how injured your superstar is, this could be super easy, or it's just annoying. And for me, because I'm not great at video games, guys, like, let's be honest here, but for me, I just can't get it to hit properly. Like I can't never time it out. So I go with the rapid punch. Rope breaks, I have them turned off. We have on for auto reversal for ground attacks. Entrance run-in is player, mid-match is payback, and post-match run-in is set to on. Blood is on, and your subtitles and tutorials are turned off. Now, we're gonna go over to presentation, because the next thing we do is we are going to turn off the fatigue. This way, no one's getting tired. These matches will just go on forever, brother. It's where I have Eddie Guerrero versus The Undertaker. They're not going to get winded. They're not going to get tired from all of the hits and damage that I'm doing. They're going to get damaged, but they're not going to stay down like at all. I leave controller helps on, the reversal prompts, all of the camera settings I haven't changed. If you want to visually get a different experience, go ahead and adjust the camera cuts and the camera shakes, but I think they're fine the way they are. There is no post-match replay. I turn on the run-in breakout HUD. So this is either at the entrance when you are doing the beginning of the match and you have the little prompt in the top left-hand corner for a breakout, or it's going to be at the end of the match and you can do a post-match beatdown, for example. And that's what I did here with Eddie Guerrero. So he can do a breakout after the match, after he won, and beat up The Undertaker, Dead Man, Tombstone, Pile Driver, Choke Slam. The other one we have listed here is turning on the referee count for that arcade feel, a classic feel for it. You may already do this already. I never really do this, but I don't mind it. But you get the referee counts for pins, and you get the referee counts for if your opponent or yourself are going to be outside of the ring for too long. Now, balancing how the AI attacks and strikes and reverses, finishers, all of this stuff. This is a lot of just personal choice, and it's a lot of trial and error. I keep a lot of these settings, as you can see here, around 60%, just to see that it's going to be pretty balanced and pretty fair. From the reversal rates, for strikes, for grapples, I kept it at 60. For entrance run-ins and mid-matches, I turned those down, but for mid-match, I turned it up so I can have some interference in the middle of my match. Next, we have the referee downtime. I set this to 0, so we are not going to have the referees down for any amount of time at all. They'll pop right back up. And the remainder of the settings, I've kept it around 30%. I don't want a crazy amount of reversals coming out of this. From your signatures, your finishers, the ground reversals. Stamina recovery rate, the stun recovery rate, I put those at 100. I want very quick recovery from superstars from the enemy too. And the rollout frequency, if it's going to be like a multi-man match and they do the slow roll out of the ring when they're stunned, that is going to be down to 20%, and the duration, if they do roll out of the ring, is 10. This is all about getting that arcade feel where they're just going to bounce right back up. Stun and the stun duration are set to 0. I don't have any stun going on in this game. And the vitality, the regen rate, and the cooldown set it to 100. And the damage scaling, play with it a little bit. I've kept it between like 65, 75. And the escape difficulties, I've just left them at 50%. It's funny because as I've done these settings to modify how the gameplay style is, the AI is substantially quicker. They're quicker on their feet. It moves at a quicker pace for the matches and the match flow. So I do find that there is an added little bit of challenge versus the more simulation style where it's going to be slowed down. And, you know, with the stun meter too, I feel like with regular matches and just going through regular settings, I'm probably going to just get rid of or reduce the stun duration and the stun meter because it's something that I'm just not too keen on. I like that these matches can move at a better pace. Now, the last thing we look at is going to be for targeting. Throw the targeting indicators on. I set the target the teammates as off, target the opposing manager, if there is one, is going to be left on, and target the referee is going to be set to manual so that you can turn around and have your way with the referee. You can smack him around a bunch. And if this video helped you, hit the like button and click right here because I got another video talking about match tables, the settings that you can use and adjust when it comes to universe mode, and I'll see you over there. Bye.